Jayapataka
Hare 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 Om Ajnanatirmanandasya Gananjana Salakaya Chaksurunmaditam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidhi Namane. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nidhisesa Sanyabhadi Vaschata Dasatadane. Hot water with salt and roll. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda. Salt water or Google? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radha. Karoti Vachanam Pangulangaya Tegyan Yatki Tata Mahan Bande Sigurundian Hainam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Caitanya Ishvaram. So that's one story from the Gauranga book. Deva Gaura Hari and other disciples have transcribed my lectures and published this book of Lord Chaitanya's pastime. So, if you like the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, then you can get this book. I was just reminded, you see, although Lord Chaitanya was in the renounced order, he encouraged the grihastas in the the mother and father of Srinivas Acharya. He's known as Chaitanya Das. He, his wife said that, I think we should have a child. He looked at her come on, we're old already. I know you think that I'm just being lusty, but I really think that Krishna wants us to have a child. So he said, well, let's go and ask Lord Chaitanya. If he says yes, then we'll do it. If he said no, tough luck. So they walked down to Jagannath Puri, and then they reached the Baradanda, a big road leading from Jagannath Puri to Gundicha. Then they paid their obeisances on the roadside. When Lord Chaitanya came close to them, he pointed to them and he asked his secretary, please take care of them. See, they got a place to stay in San Prasad. And they're facing down, So then everyone knew that these must be very special devotees. So they picked them up and hugged them, welcomed them, gave them prasad, darshan, they did that. And then they came to see Lord Chaitanya with his servant. And so Lord Chaitanya came out to speak to them. And before they could ask anything, how to ask, they're feeling a bit embarrassed. He came out, he said, I want you to have a child. And you call him Srinivas. He will be a great preacher. And you'll go back to your home and have this child and bring him up to be a devotee. And then he went back in his room. So I think a lot of grihastas would like such an order, that right from the Lord himself, it shows that they're all worried whether we'll get a devotee or a child. And the Lord says, you'll have the devotee, he'll be a great acharya. No doubts. So they went back to their home, which is about 40 kilometers from here. They went back there, and they had a boy, and they called him Srinivas. And then Srinivas, when he was about 9 years old, he asked his father, how did you get the name of Chaitanya Das? And so he told how he wanted to see Lord Chaitanya at Navadvip. And then he went from his house and to Katwa, and from Katwa he was going to go to Navadvip. So then, in Katwa, he saw there was a big crowd of people. He said, what's the crowd for? And he said, you don't know? Nilai, Gauranga, he's here. He's going to take sannyas from Keshav Bharati. Really? Wow. So then he came. There was a big kirtan going on. And so gradually he pushed his way up to the front. And he had a front row seat, so to speak. He was in the front row, and Lord Chaitanya dancing, and tears were squirting from his eyes. And then he stopped the kirtan. He called his barber. He said, you shave me up. And the barber started to get out his razor. And then he went to cut the beautiful, beautiful hair of Lord Gauranga. All the people, no, 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 no! The Brahma said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. I'm the Kobo. And Lord Chaitanya said, you are a barber. Your dharma is cut hair. So either you have to cut my hair, and any offense, I take it. But you should cut my hair. So then he grabbed Lord Chaitanya's hair, and just touching Lord Chaitanya, he started to feel ecstasy. Ecstasy. He was shaking. Now, I mean, ladies don't have too much, but men, how would you like your barber to be shaking? It's quite a fearful, but he tried to hold still, but he was too ecstatic. He was crying. Somehow, with great difficulty, he shaved out the hair of Lord Chaitanya. And then, it says, there's a picture there. He fell on the hair, and after that, he didn't cut anyone's hair. He didn't cut anyone's hair for the rest of his life. It was a haircut of all haircuts. Jack. So, anyway, some people take birth just to do one seva for the Lord. Maybe that was the opportunity. The hair of Lord Chaitanya is there in a Samadhi temple in Katwa, in a Samadhi temple. And also the Samadhi of the barber. The barber became a great devotee. He was always chanting, and he had natural love of Krishna just by touching Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So then Lord Chaitanya took the cloth of his sannyas ashram from Keshav Bharati, and he went to the Ganges, took his bath, took the cloth, he dressed up as a sannyasi, he came out, then he asked Keshav Bharati, is this the sannyas mantra you're going to give me? And he whispered the mantra in his ear. Yes. Actually, Lord Chaitanya gave him the mantra, and he gave that back to Lord Chaitanya. So then he gave the mantra in the ear of Lord Chaitanya, and he gave the name Krishna Chaitanya. Now, that's normally a brahmachari name, but he gave that to Lord Chaitanya as his sannyas name. So, when he said Krishna Chaitanya, that devotee who was in the front, he started chanting Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya. He could chant only that. He could say that for about 3 or 4 months. And so he became known as Krishna Chaitanya Das. So he was telling this to Srinivas, and just remembering the sweet pastime of Lord Gauranga taking sannyas. he was overwhelmed, and he fell down, and he started crying. And Sridhas grabbed his lotus feet and he put them on his head, and he was crying. And the father and the son, they were full of tears, crying to the Lord, and they're both saying, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri. And the wife came out from the kitchen and saw her husband and the son on the ground crying. Sri Krishna Chaitanya, what'd she do? Fatal places, we are Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya. This was the Grihastha life of Srivasacharya. Anyway, so Lord Chaitanya, he was encouraging the Grihasthas to use their senses for Krishna. And according to their ashram, if a brahmachari or sannyasi, he would expect you to act in a certain way. According to your ashram, if you are grihastha, he would expect you to act in a different way. So everyone, it didn't matter what they were, but they should be sincere. They should control their senses and use them in the service of the Lord. Haribo. So that's the whole process of Bhakti Yoga. Use our senses in the service of the master of the senses. So, Prabhupada, when he was here, I never saw Srila Prabhupada do a nirjal or even fast on a Ekadasi. He would fast from grains, cereals, and pulses. He'd take roots, fruits, and non-grain things, sabjis, potatoes. So, that way, he would observe the Ekadasi, and he told the devotees, if possible, please chant 25 rounds instead of 16. So, in this way, Prabhupada, he observed the Ekadasi. On the Chaturmas, he was saying that if a devotee did an actual vrata, he could grow his beard and hair, but otherwise, what's the use? He indirectly commented on the activity of the Gaudiya Ashramites, that they would leave their hair and beard uncut, but they ate as normal. Like, there was one year, we did the Chaturmas where we only did khichdi, and the fourth month we ate without using our hands, like a cow. So we grew our hair, grew our beard, and Prabhupada, he didn't say anything because we were doing the austerities. But others, if he didn't do any austerity, he didn't like it that they should just grow their hair and show that they were doing austerities, but they were not actually doing any austerities. Now, Prabhupada was encouraging all the local people. He said even Muslims could join the ashram. And they could chant there, and they could observe their 5-time namaz prayers, but they should chant 16 rounds and also attend the artis. So, like this, Prabhupada gives an idea that how all religions could come and participate in Bhakti Yoga. At the same time, they could practice their own rituals. Prabhupada, at that time, the Ganges was very far, and he'd walk to the Ganges. He said, if there were a theft to take me to the Ganges, I would stay here, and every day I go and pray in the Ganges, and that would extend my lifespan. So we're trying to get some land. Of course, now the Ganges is very close, but then it was very far. So one day he went to the Ganges, and that time there was not so much water. So the water was very clear because there was not much current, and you could see the stones in the bottom. So Prabhupada looked around. He said, let's take a dip. There's no ladies. They said, Prabhupada, we don't have any like swimming gear. We can go on our covenants. No ladies here. So then they I took some like upper garment and wrapped Prabhupada, and he wore a covenant, and all the devotees went into the Ganges. At that time, one sannyasi started to splash Prabhupada. He looked at it very grave. He got the message. And at that time, he also became very serious. And then Prabhupada, he didn't know swimming, but he dipped in the Ganges. He covered the 5 holes of his head, mouth, nose, eyes, ears. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 holes. And he dipped them 3 times. Then he said, you should not take water underwater on a fasting. That's what I'm trying to understand. What does that mean? Do not take water underwater on a fasting. You got it? You got it? You see, on some fast days, you don't take water. So, if you're underwater on a fast day, you can drink water, no one else will see you. But Krishna will see you. So taking water underwater on a fast day means you're trying to cheat everyone else. But Krishna knows everything you're doing. He's our super soul. So, who do we cheat? We cheat ourselves. So, it's very important not to take water underwater on a fast day, not to try to bluff all the devotees. And by that, we simply alienate Krishna with our bluffing. So like this, to this day, when we take when we do the Ganges worship, we take a small deity of Prabhupada to the Ganges, and he also takes a bath. So this is following his custom that he liked to take a Ganges bath. It was like that. Being with Prabhupada, every moment was something unexpected. You didn't know what he would do. And it was very enlightening to be with him. One day he walked, I was walking, and one person bowed down and said, I want to be your disciple. And then he said, well, what do you do? And so after some discussion, he found out that he was a handleman. So Prabhupada said, well, that's not first class Brahman, second class Kshatriya, third class is Vaishya, fourth class Sudra. All right, at least fourth class. That's also acceptable. So then he accepted him in the ashram. And he's still here to the day. And that time he was weaving on the handloom. So like that, while you're walking with Prabhupada, he could do anything. He could accept shelter on the street. He could take a sudden bath. One day he was walking, and a guy was walking by with a basket full of sabjis. He started bargaining. How much for your sabjis? I'm going to go to Navadip. No, but you'll sit there the whole day selling your sabjis. I'll buy all. It'll be free. You go home and do some work. How much for your sabjis? Like that, he made a bargain. He bought the whole basket. And then he sent some devotee, go with him and pay him, take all the sabjis in the kitchen and send them home. So Prabhupada was very spontaneous, and he wanted his devotees also to use everything in Krishna's service. One time here there was a little triangle of land, hardly 10 feet. He asked me, what to use that for? We don't use that. What's that? All those are weeds. He said, there's no such thing as a weed. Everything has a use. You just don't know it. Everything has some use. Every little piece of land, you should use it for Krishna service. You grow flowers, grow some medicine. Everything has use. So use everything in Krishna service. Hari Bol. So that includes our bodies. We want to use our body in Krishna service and use everything, our body, our words, our thoughts, everything in Krishna's service. Hari Bol. So deities have gone to their to enjoy the boat ride, and I don't want to deprive you from participating in this boat ride.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.